So hello everyone, and it kind of warms my heart to be able to sit down here and having the opportunity, the honor to be able to teach this. So thank you. So earlier this week, a lot of the emphasis has been in staying close to what is directly visible here and now. That which is immediate, the extended moment, the leisurely moment, the ability to just really stay here to see what's happening in a deeper way. And responding to a kind of a call, come look. And so this ability to be calm and settled and that comes with this extended present moment. Is you have time for the present. Give yourself time for it. There's also a call to see it, to be here. And what is the call to see? And the call to see, what we're asked to see, what's available to us, that's not available when the mind is stressed and jumping around a lot or preoccupied with things. It sees a path to what is wholesome, path to what is freeing, a path to peace and happiness. That it's difficult to see if the mind is preoccupied and caught. When the mind is preoccupied, caught, stressed, that itself more likely is going to help produce more agitation, more anger, fear, greed, being caught in desires and aversions. But when we take time for this present moment, take time for time, then we have a chance to see something that is maybe hidden from the preoccupied mind. And we can see the difference between what the mind does that has an ouch in it, and what the mind does that has an ah in it. We can see where the mind gets involved in stress, in suffering, and where the mind can be involved in letting go and being peaceful, where the mind can kind of follow, in that which kind of says, this is good, this is good. And as that path to this is good opens up, then things that are good, things that are that involve stress, that involve agitation or a lot of energy, that part of it is seen, we don't need to do that. Let's go to the that's more peaceful, more settled. So this is the advantage of sitting quietly and being kind of open to the present and taking our time with it, that something shows up, something appears. Come see, to hear, to see the difference between, that's an ouch and that's an ah. We don't have to analyze it, figure it out, understand why it's there, but in meditation, in that peacefulness and then not doing so much in the mind, to allow yourself to kind of go in the direction of the where it's peaceful and quiet and settled. A lot of wonderful things open up there. And the analogy for this meditation a little bit would be that there's something that you're searching for that is really fantastic for you. Maybe it's a loved one or a long lost friend, or maybe it's a wonderful treasure that you know about. And you're told that you have to follow the clues in the jungle to find it, or clues in the city, wherever you are. And the clues are something that's not so difficult to see. if you're quiet and peaceful, if you're kind of attentive and not preoccupied. And so you stay attentive, you're motivated. Wow, yes, I'll follow this trail that's onward leading to this wonderful thing. So as we sit today, maybe this can be the orientation, is to give yourself time for time so that your heart, your mind can be sensitive to what you're doing in the mind and the heart that's either a ouch or an ah. And lean in the direction of ah. Trust the ah. Have confidence that you don't have to be involved. You don't have to be committed to or entangled with the ouch. Be committed to the ah, the simplicity of it, the opening to it. So assuming a meditation posture and gently closing your eyes and taking a few long, slow, deep breaths. With the exhale, relaxing. With the exhale, making space for time. Leisurely time to breathe in, to breathe out. Letting your breathing return to normal. And no matter how you're breathing, maybe your attitude, your feeling about your breathing can switch from somehow an ouch to an ah. Whatever way you're breathing is okay. Is there a way of holding it, being with it with a mind that's has an ah attitude about, okay, this is how it is. On the exhale, relaxing in your body. And then settling into your body breathing. Maybe with a feeling in the mind and the whole body that you have a lot of time, infinite time, just to be here with your experience, here and now. And as you exhale, to calm the mind for these minutes here of meditating. There's many things you don't have to be involved in. It's a good time, an time, to trust a quieter mind. Mind that's not in a hurry, not trying to engineer something in meditation, just here. And if you find yourself with thoughts and feelings, attitudes, emotions which have an ouch to them, it's okay. But in the quiet of the meditation, can you feel and sense that there's a way to tap into the ah? An ah of a wholesome attitude, an easier way of being. Not being entangled. And then as you sit here being with your breath, be sensitive to the path of ah. Just ah, here, now, breathing. Be quiet enough to feel the direction of ah. And if there's an ouch which remains, see if you can shift a way of being. That the way your attitude of ouch is closer to ah, something good. So you're not limited by the ouch. But you move towards the unlimited ah. That's part of the unlimited now. And to end this sitting, to consider how when we're stressed and harried, deeply troubled and caught up in things, how there might not be much room to feel and sense and take in the humanity of others, to really sense their fullness and who they are, and that's maybe deeper than what they say and what they do sometimes. And to reflect on how it's like to meet with people when we have time and availability, our heart's available. We have plenty of time to sense, to feel, to see others. Maybe at a time when we feel safe and comfortable. And nothing needs to happen except being together, accompanying someone. And probably the latter, there's more opportunities for more opportunities to feel and sense how you can move towards kindness, compassion, generosity, care. So at the end of meditation session, chances are, more often than not, that you're in a state of way of being that can access a greater degree of healthy sensitivity, healthy attitude towards others. And to give voice to that, to take a few moments to give time for that, what comes out of that, as a way of also supporting and reinforcing a positive way of being in the world. So to end with a dedication of the benefits. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be free. And may each of us have the wisdom and the presence to support this possibility. Thank you. So, my friends, we continue now on the 5 characteristics of the Dharma, and this little statement is often chanted. It's part of the probably daily liturgy of Theravadan monastics. The Dharma is well spoken by the Buddha. It is visible here. It is immediate now. It invites us to see. It's onward leading to be experienced personally by the wise. So today the topic is onward leading. And this is a beautiful and wonderful quality of the Dharma, quality of this practice we do, that it is onward leading. It leads to what's really good. It leads to freedom. It leads to peace, to a kind of dharmic happiness. And how it leads there is also quite fascinating, because we certainly have our role in the practice and going the path of practice, but there's a way in which we end up kind of doing this practice in the current that carries us in the direction of these what's good and healthy. That there's something that we discover that leads us to greater peace and happiness. And so in this way the Dharma is onward leading, carries us on. And how does this work? What is this? And some of it has to do with this ouch and the ah that I talked about in the meditation today. And that is that it's simplistic to orient ourselves to feel and sense things from the point of view of an ouch and an ah. But the benefit of it is it's so simple. The ouches don't have to be understood in all their complicated ways. Just to take it, whether it's some irritation at having a meditation cushion's too hard, to having some major world of difficulty happen for us. We just see ouch. No stories, no complicated things, no trying to understand why. And the same thing for the ah. We can get sensitive to what feels good and feels right, and move in that direction without making it complicated for us, without appropriating it for self, for me, myself, and mine, identity, not making it a big project, an engineering project, understanding why we're doing it, and questioning, what is this all for, or am I doing the right thing? There's a way of making it so simple that comes from a sensitivity, an ability to be really here and present. So this is not thinking about things, it's more closer to feeling things, or sensing, or experiencing the ouch and the ah. That's the other advantage of these words, is they're more experiential than they are concepts and ideas. So as we're able to kind of stay here in our direct experience, as we're able to stay in the direct experience now, in this extended now, and maybe even timeless now, really stay here time for time, just relax and not rushing and being ahead of ourselves here. And we respond to the call to see more carefully, what is here? What is this experience? What's going on here? And to see as simple, just, oh, that's ouch and that's ah. If I'm breathing in a way that feels a little bit shallow and deep, and maybe a little uncomfortable, then I might have a thought that, wow, I ate too much breakfast, and I'm always eating too much breakfast, and I'm a lousy breakfast eater, and now I can't be a good meditator. All those sentences, all those attitudes have an ouch to them. If you're really quiet, if you're in the thoughts, if you become the thoughts, then they kind of drive the show, and we almost don't even see the ouch in them. But if we're quiet and peaceful and calm enough, we can say, oh, that's an ouch. There's another ouch. I do a lot of ouches. These are the second arrows that we talk about in Buddhism, how we might have something uncomfortable, some suffering, and then we add suffering on top of it, and on top of it there'll be layers and layers of self-criticism, or blame on the world, or anger, or despair, or all kinds of extra things. And so this simplicity is, oh, that's an ouch. And have time for that. Oh, not in a hurry, not pushing it away, not judging it. Just, oh, look at that. That's certainly an ouch. And because of that time, lots of time that we have to be here, then we can also feel and sense there's a direction. There's something that opens up in the direction of an There's a way of being that's onward leading. There's a way there's another way. In fact, the simple fact that I'm giving time and space to feel the ouch, that is an That is good. The ability to step back and see it, to be curious, and not entangled in it, but to see it from a place of some modicum of calm, that's an Trust that. Use that as a guide. That is onward leading. Stay close to the the uncomplicated If there's an that we then appropriate for ourselves and say, oh, that's really good, I should really kind of luxuriate and really kind of indulge in it or relish it, or this is my chance. And if you do in fact give yourself time to feel what's going on, to really see it, you'll see the stress in those attitudes. You'll see the ouch in it. The onward leading way is the way in which mindfulness is self-correcting or corrects us. Mindfulness gives us information for what is ouch and what is And as the practice deepens, as we get calmer and the opens up to more time, more space, more present moment attention, more sensitivity, it works beautifully to help us not get caught in the ouches and to move towards a more and more valuable a more and more valuable way of kind of moving towards greater peace or greater freedom. The word for onward leading in Pali is upani, and in that phrase, it's upanayako, and the upa is a prefix that can mean upward. So and the neiko is to lead. And so upa can be upwards, leading upwards, which is kind of a metaphor for moving towards freedom. It could also, the upa also has a prefix meaning of near, leading close to, having a sense, oh, this leads closer to freedom, this leads closer to peace, this leads closer to what really feels right here, full, present. And sometimes we follow that path towards what's onward leading, upward leading, brings us closer. And sometimes what you can feel is that we're being brought there, that the Dharma is leading us, the Dharma is guiding us. We're in the current that flows in that direction. And a lot of what the practice becomes is just continuing to open and let go of anything that gets in the way of that process. It's letting go of all the ouches, all the self-centered efforts we might do, and part of the practice is to know when to let go, when to trust that process, and that takes this very deep sensitivity comes from being present in a timeless way almost, to really feel and sense what's here, so we can sense and feel when it's best for us and most healthy for us, most for us, to come back, to apply ourselves, to let go of something and be more actively involved, because the alternative is worse. And when the best alternative is not to do so much, just let go, let go, let go. And then that letting go, feel like being carried and moved along. So it's one of the great kind of aspects of the Dharma, is that the Dharma is not external to us. It's found inside of us. And it's found inside of us in this onward leading way in which our psychophysical system moves towards freedom given a chance. that has a capacity to move towards the greater the greater ease, the less stress, to the absence of stress, the absence of strain, the absence of inner oppression that we can often live under. So, so try today to go through parts of the day or the whole day. See how simple you can make this understanding, this observation of suffering in your life and happiness in your life. Make it so simple. Oh, there's an ouch and there's an ah. And see if in that simplicity, whether there's a little more freedom around the ouches and a reminder to kind of stay calm and mindful, and a greater awareness of the the possibility that you don't have to sacrifice, that maybe you don't want to ignore, that you want to make space for this because it's onward leading. It creates a good environment. It's also creates a more onward leading, healthy direction for our social relationships. And that's part of the value of this Dharma. It also supports our communities, our relationships to move in a healthy direction. So try today is keep it simple. Ouch and and if you can have enough time to really feel that, maybe you can feel the onward leading nature, the door that opens up from the that can take you further in the direction of So enjoy, and I look forward to giving the last talk on this series tomorrow. Thank you.